Hey guys, so I was looking at my makeup collection and I was like, I have lots of shimmery or glowy peach blushes that I love, but I do not have any matte peach blushes that I love. I only had like one or two and they were limited editions, so that doesn't do you guys any good because then I can't use them or show them or recommend them if you can't get them. So I said, let's find two peach blushes that are matte, that are permanent, that people can get anytime they want. Now, the reason why I wanted that is because if I use a shimmery or a glowy peach blush, then I don't really want to use a highlighter because it looks weird if you put a highlighter on after you just put on like a shimmery peach blush. So if I want to use my highlighters, then I need mattes. Okay, so I bought two because I wanted to get two at two different price points because, everybody has different tastes and things. And I wanted to compare like the formula and see how they looked. And these are like a corally peach, I would say. So the one that I bought that's drugstore priced, I just picked it up at Walmart when I was doing my grocery shopping one day. And don't let the name of this blush fool you because it is not what the name calls it. What am I talking about? The Wet n Wild Coloricon blush in Bed of Roses. Yeah, I don't know why they call this Bed of Roses because this is definitely a peach. So this was like, I don't know, $3 or $4. It was very inexpensive. And I had this on in yesterday's video. If you looked at the description box, in the video, it said, going to be talking about this in a future video, so I didn't tell you what it was. So now I can go back after I filmed this video and change that information, but I didn't want to say what it was because I wanted it to be like a surprise in the next video. So this is what I got for the drugstore blush. And then for the higher end blush, I've never had this. It's been around forever. And by the way, that Wet n Wild blush has been around forever too. This is MAC Melba. Yeah, I've never had this either. Now let me hold them up side by side because I thought they were pretty similar. So I got the MAC one at Ulta. So I don't know, guys. Do you think this is a dupe? It looks like the Wet n Wild one is just ever so slightly deeper in shade. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one on one cheek and one on the other, and then I can compare the formula and the finish. They're supposed to both be matte. So let's see, which one? I can't use the same brush because then I'm going to be picking up, product from both. So this is the brush that I use most often. This is my old Essence blush brush that is not available anymore. But then I had purchased, I don't know, about a month ago, the new Essence blush brush. So that's as close as I'm going to get because I don't have two of any blush brushes. So let's start with the MAC one. And I'm going to use the brush that I normally use. So I don't know, let me swatch, like just do a finger swatch first so we can see how pigmented it is, okay? All right, so it's not crazy pigmented or anything, so I don't have to be that careful. So let's just go tap, tap. And I'm going to do this on this side of my face. But yeah, all I had was a couple of limited edition peach matte blushes. Okay, so yeah, it's got a little bit of a coral hue with the peach. So that's pretty and it blended easily. Now let's try the Wet n Wild on the other side. So let's also do a swatch of this. Yeah, that seems to be a bit brighter. Yeah, that's brighter. So I'm going to have to, it's a deeper shade. I'm going to have to be careful. I went tap tap though with the other one. So in order to make this the same amount, I should probably go tap tap. Okay, now this is a different brush. But let's see. See, this isn't as dense of a brush. That's why I don't like it as much as the original Essence brush. But it's still applied basically the same way. So yeah, this is definitely a deeper, more pigmented blush, which is ironic because you'd think it'd be the other way around, right? But sometimes people like things that aren't as pigmented because then they're easier to work with and you don't end up putting too much on. But yeah, they are pretty similar. And I don't think, like, if I go out and do errands after this, I don't think it's going to look crazy or anything. You know, nobody's going to be able to tell that I have on two different blushes, but they are definitely not dupes for each other. The Wet n Wild is deeper, it is a more pigmented, deeper color, and it seems to be a bit brighter. All right, now how are these going to look with highlighter on them? This is a highlighter that I found, I don't know, maybe like 6 months ago, something like that, at either TJ Maxx or Marshall's, and I will never get rid of this highlighter unless it grows mold on it or something, because this is Jaclyn Cosmetics Sparks. This is so gorgeous, you guys. Wait till you see this. Look at that. Oh my God. That is stunning. Yeah, I will never get rid of this unless it grows mold on it or something. That is so beautiful. I have quite a few highlighters and I don't have anything that even comes close to being this gorgeous. This was definitely like the crowning achievement, in my opinion, of her brand. Too bad she went out of business, but you know, she went through so much crap with the problem with the lipsticks and other things that I don't think she would ever take a chance of starting a brand again, but this was definitely her best product in my opinion. So let's put some of this on with the blush because that's why I wanted a couple of really good matte peach blushes so that if I put highlighter on with it, it wouldn't look crazy. This is an AOA Studio F19 brush. Just take a little bit of that and put some of that on. Okay. Yes. That's the look that I was going for. A matte coral peach blush that's not too crazy pigmented with some of this highlighter. Oh yeah, I like that combination a lot. And don't even ask me for a dupe for this because I've never seen anything this beautiful in my life. As far as gold highlighters goes, I don't think anything can compete with this. This is fantastic. So what do I think now that I've tried both of these? I like them both. Although this is like $3 or $4. This was 30 something dollars. Yikes. Um, so, I don't know. I like them both. And I'm happy to have both of them in my collection. But yeah, I like them both. The Wet n Wild is brighter, more pigmented. The MAC is more subdued, more subtle, isn't like gonna overwhelm anything. And I feel like the highlighter with either one of these blushes works great. So that is it for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give the video a thumbs up because it helps my channel when you do. And YouTube has very kindly been putting me on people's home pages and recommending my channel and videos to people. So hello to all my new subscribers, and I'm happy to have you. And that is it for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.